All right, YouTube subscribers, my name is Rayshawn, known as Ray Niz on Facebook, also known as Mr. Ceiling Fan Man 1999 on YouTube. Now, what's going on is that I'm doing the 2021 remake of my 52-inch polished brass Hampton Bay Huntington 3 ceiling fan, manufactured in December of 2002, and due to the fact that the file number for the fan is E227934, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, this ceiling fan was manufactured by Chenlun Industries, also known as Zhangshan. So this ceiling fan is a quick connect ceiling fan. And when you get these ceiling, and then back then they used to sell these fans at the Home Depot from 2001 all the way till 2010. And these ceiling fans was available in like a ton of finishes. Like they was available in antique brass, polished brass, whole white, white with polished brass accents, black, verde, brushed nickel, aged gold, gilded mahogany, etc. They was available in a lot of finishes. And this ceiling fan is in polished brass, and it has 5 reversible blades from rosewood, which is the side of the blades facing down, to medium oak. And it's a pre-assembled ceiling fan, meaning that when you pull the fan out the box, the blade bracket is already attached to the motor. But the difference is that you got to remove the light kit to connect the wires to the light kit, to connect the wires from the light kit to the wires coming out your ceiling fan switch housing. Because if you just install the fan without removing the light kit just to connect the wires, the light kit is not going to work. And this ceiling fan did have a basic on and off pull chain switch for the light kit, but I modified the light kit and made it into a 3-way setting light kit due to the fact that I replaced the original basic on and off pull chain switch with a light kit with a 3-way setting light kit pull chain switch. And before I go a little bit more further, I got this ceiling fan from the Habitat Restore around the same week that Thanksgiving fell on, back in November 2016. I got it a day before Thanksgiving back in 2016. And this ceiling fan was originally close mounted, but I put a down rod onto this fan, and due to the fact that the original lead wires for the fan was a little bit too short for me to attach a down rod onto the fan, so that's why I had to replace the lead wires and replace it with the new lead wires that I got from Lowe's. And so that way I'll be able to install this fan on the down rod. So the parts that's not original to the fan is the decorative canopy ring to cover up the holes on the bottom of the canopy. And the down rod is not original, and the lead wires are not original, and the pull chain extensions are not original, and the 3-way setting light kit pull chain switch is not original, and the mounting bracket is not original to the fan. The mounting bracket came off of a 52-inch antique brass Hampton Bay Huntington 3 ceiling fan that I tested out at the Habitat Restore. And other than that, I'm about to go on and demonstrate this fan, starting off with the light. So I'll be right to the fan. So here's what it looks like with the light off. Pull it, 2 of the lights come on. Pull it again, the other 2 come on. Pull it again, all 4 of them come on. And then if I pull it again, all of them goes off. So what I'm about to do is that I'm about to go on and demonstrate this fan, starting off with low. And as you can see that the fan blades are, well, it's not really noticeable, but this fan does need some cleaning. Now these ceiling fans are one of my childhood ceiling fans, as I remember seeing these at the on the Home Depot ceiling fan sale paper back in 2006, on the 3rd quarter of 2006, when I was 6 going on 7. And And this ceiling fan right here, I really like what this fan looked like with the rosewood blades better than how it would look with the medium oak blades. And if some of you guys might be looking at this video, y'all might be looking at this video like, Ray, why do you have a Hampton Bay Huntington 3 ceiling fan installed in your dining room? Do you know that them ceiling fans are known for having blade sagging issues? Well, I'm about to tell you why. The reason why is that because I really love these ceiling fans, as I remember seeing those when I was growing up. And plus, it reminds me of a Hampton Bay Huntington 2 ceiling fan that I remember seeing when I was a toddler. But the only difference between a Huntington 2 and a Huntington 3 ceiling fan is that the Huntington 2 ceiling fans will look just like the ceiling fan that I'm showing you on video, but the Huntington 2 ceiling fan comes with 3 lights instead of 4. And a Huntington 3 ceiling fan comes with 4 lights instead of 3. But if you remove the light kit off the Hampton Bay Huntington 3 and the Huntington 2 and just install a blank switch cap on 2 of those ceiling fans, they will look identical to each other. And the only difference that you can tell that the ceiling fan is the Huntington 2 and the Huntington 3 is that if a ceiling fan that look exactly like this shown on the video was manufactured in 1999 or 2000, that's a Huntington 2 ceiling fan. But if you see a ceiling fan that look exactly like the one I'm showing you on video and is installed without a light kit, and if the ceiling fan was manufactured in 2001 and after 2001, then it's a Huntington 3. Due to the fact that the Huntington 3 came out in 2001, and that's what replaced the Hampton Bay Huntington 2 ceiling fans. And due to the fact that the ceiling fan is a quick connect ceiling fan, it comes with a spring clip light kit, meaning that all you gotta do is squeeze the spring clips and stuff and slide the globes onto the light kit, and the spring clips will open and stuff to hold the globes instead of you using the thumb screws to tighten up the globes on the fan and stuff. But it does have a little hum. It does have a hum to it, but it's really not noticeable when you run it and stuff. But other than that, I'm about to go on and put it on medium. Now it does blow a decent amount of air on medium, minus the blade sag that the fan has. But as I'm starting to notice that the blades are starting to sag just a tiny bit, but it's not really noticeable and stuff that the blades are starting to sag and stuff. But I'm not gonna just believe that the blades are gonna start sagging eventually, because this ceiling fan has been up there for like nearly 5 years and stuff. And this fan been up there for nearly 5 years, and the blades haven't started sagging bad and stuff, probably because it's an early 2000s Hampton Bay Huntington 3 ceiling fan. And I believe the mid to the late 2000s Hampton Bay Huntington 3 ceiling fan are known for having bad blade sagging issues and stuff, and they worse than the but I really don't know. But that's probably why they discontinued these ceiling fans, because of the blade sag. So, and I forgot to tell you where the decorative canopy ring and the down rod came from. It came from off of a Hampton Bay Landmark Plus ceiling fan that was dated March 2008 that I parted out due to the fact that some of the blade brackets was broken and stuff, and it was missing blades, and I didn't even know what to do with the Hampton Bay Landmark Plus ceiling fan. So that's why I parted it out and took some of the parts off the fan. And due to the fact that it had a polished brass down rod and stuff, I decided that I was going to put this ceiling fan, that I was going to decide to attach that down rod to this fan, because back when I installed the ceiling fan, I used the antique brass ceiling fan down rod, and the antique brass ceiling fan down rod came off of a SMC Emperor ceiling fan that I tested out at the Habitat Restore that got trashed. So due to the fact that I wasn't into collecting ceiling fans like that at that time. So unfortunately, I didn't save the SMC Emperor ceiling fan from getting trashed. So other than that, it's blowing a good amount of air for it being on medium, and I'm about to go on and put it on high speed. Now this ceiling fan is nearly wobble free, but it kind of does have a shake to it, but it's really not noticeable. So it actually looks like that it doesn't wobble, but it barely wobble and stuff. Because so like the distance that I'm in right now is definitely gonna make me think that it doesn't wobble until I stand like real close to the fan and stuff, and I can actually see it moving a little. So I'm not gonna say it's 100% balanced and stuff. I'm gonna say it's about like 95% balanced. Because I did see some Hampton Bay Huntington 3 ceiling fans that'll wobble real bad. Like I remember that some gentleman by the that some gentleman by the YouTube username of Jonas Fan, he had a video of a Hampton Bay Huntington 3 ceiling fan. That fan wobbled bad on high speed. But he did a video of that ceiling fan showing in reverse. And then I remember Zapping Hero had a video of a Hampton Bay Huntington 3 ceiling fan, and that ceiling fan wobbled bad. And then when I first installed this ceiling fan did have a wobble to it. And plus this ceiling fan used to make clicking noises. And then so the next thing is, then ever since I put the correct down rod on this fan and stuff, this fan haven't been making any clicking noise ever since then. And due to the fact that my house was built in 1930, so this ceiling fan is being supported by the 832 screws. It's really supposed to be supported by the 1032 screws. So and due to the fact that I didn't change out the junction box because I didn't want to damage the ceiling, because I like the texture on that ceiling and stuff. And plus it got multiple cables, multiple wiring cables up in the ceiling and stuff. So it was gonna be a little bit harder for me to attach the new junction box onto the junction box bracket and stuff, due to the fact that it has multiple cables, and my house has armor cable / BX wiring and stuff, and the wires is made out of cloth. But that has nothing to do with this fan. But I'm gonna talk about that in another subject. So other than that, this ceiling fan really doesn't wobble, even though it's supported by the 832 screws that's holding the mounting bracket onto the box and stuff. So I don't know. I don't understand why the electrical company or whatever has something to do with the electrical changed the code of the electrical that the ceiling fan is supposed to be supported by the 1032 screws. Because back then, when I was born and stuff, you was allowed to install ceiling fans on the 832 screws. But that has nothing to do with this fan and stuff. So this ceiling fan, the blades used to droop sometimes and stuff, and I had to keep tightening the blades and stuff. And then a couple years later, they started drooping again. So I ended up removing the rubber things off the motor and installed the blade brackets onto the motor without the rubber things being on it. And the blades haven't been drooping ever since then. So other than that, I'm about to go in and turn this fan on, fan off. And then what I forgot to tell you guys is that this ceiling fan is 3 speeds and is electrically reversible. And due to the fact that I'm not going to show this fan in reverse, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. So then I remember back then when I installed this ceiling fan, I remember I used to put some incandescent light bulbs on this light kit. Then the incandescent light bulbs kept blowing out and stuff. Then I tried putting some CFL light bulbs on there, and they started blowing out some. And then I put some LED light bulbs on this fan that I got from Lowe's. But the LED light bulbs was either bright white or daylight LEDs. It was bright as ever, but we gotten used to it and stuff. And then the next thing is that then a couple of them blew out and stuff. And then so I ended up leaving the rest of the light bulbs that wasn't blown out on the light kit of the fan. And then 2 more blew out and stuff, to the point that it was making the dining room starting to make the dining room have a dull look to it. So I decided to replace all the LED light bulbs with the LED light bulbs that I'm using on this fan. And these LED light bulbs that I put on this fan, been on this fan ever since the summertime of 2018. Matter of fact, it was back in June of 2018. And I got those light bulbs from the Home Depot. And then so I really don't know what else to say about this fan. And I apologize if I made this video like over 16 minutes long. It's just that I was talking a lot and stuff. And then as you can rewind this video, I did started going off subject like a few times and stuff if you ever rewind this video while I was talking about this fan. Yeah, so but I'm really not gonna lie to you and stuff. I really like that the polished brass version of the Huntington 3 ceiling fans better than the white ones and stuff, because the polished brass version of these ceiling fans are really rare to find and stuff. And plus I don't see too many of those in my area. But other than that, this ceiling fan stopped. So I'm about to go on and get off this video. So this is Mr. Ceiling Fan Man 1999 signing out this video, and I'm out.